The dump.
Don't call my place that.
What's going on over here? You moving or what?
More shirts, man.
Yeah? You just come in? Or are you shipping?
Those I have to double check everything before they go to fulfillment.
Okay.
What's up?
Just back from New Jersey, from the cold.
I say Philly. I say Philly because...
How was it?
It was good. It was
Yeah?
good Christmas. How was your Christmas?
Chill. Yeah, it was actually chill. It didn't do much and chill cold in Vegas. Like 47, like 50 degrees.
Get cold here, bro.
Yeah, it's okay. I just don't feel like going out.
Remember when
much.
I told you and you're like thinking, because I think I told you that and it was like 75 that day and you're like, it's okay. But you forget, right?
I know.
Because you wake up early for the dogs, right? You take the dogs for a walk.
Yeah.
It's getting a little colder to go to the park, isn't it?
Yeah, when the sun's just
But
going
when
down.
the wind is going, that's the problem with Vegas. Anyone that comes to Vegas, the winds are what kill you, you know?
Yeah. I still like it. Vegas is great. I have no complaints. We're just in Florida for a few days ago, so that's okay. It wasn't even that hot in Florida. I was surprised how cold it was, remember?
Well, I heard it's... Chris Aceto just texted me because he's in Miami.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, it's 54.
But even when we were there at night, it was chilly too.
It was warmer in New Jersey than Miami.
And warmer in Vegas. Remember when you first landed there? You told me, what was it, like 65?
Yeah.
And it was like 47 here.
Yeah, it got cold quick though. Don't. It was next night. It was like freezing. We were driving and there was ice on the road. So
No snow?
no snow. I missed the snow.
Oh,
so.
good.
I was only there 2 days.
Yeah, I know.
All right, so we're back in the office. Crazy Mondays. So today I woke up super early. I'm still kind of on East Coast time. Answered emails, did my cardio for 20 minutes, stretched, ate breakfast, and I had to run to Atomics early because we just had a huge sale on the 104 Classics and was super successful. So I wanted to make sure we got make sure all those orders went out. And then I came to my office and started to go after my day. I shipped out a bunch of signature items, and we should talk about the Olympia though.
I know, I want to talk about it.
What do you think of my shaker cup here?
This is Jim Mannion's shaker cup.
Yeah.
JM.
Is that one better? The WW whatever? Is that?
That's a Wonder Woman. Yeah.
Oh, it's a Wonder Woman shaker?
Wonder Woman, yeah.
See, I don't even know.
Who gave you this?
The woman sent it to me because I'm testing new shakers. I'm launching a new shaker cup for Cutler.
Oh, you talked about that.
Yeah, because I ran through the 30,000 shakers that I had on.
Oh, really?
Remember I had 30. I had them all filled.
Yeah.
This thing.
So you need to use a cup now. You need to use a little coffee cup to mix your stuff.
All right, so don't forget, guys, we have a challenge coming up, okay? So I'm going to put a link in this description, okay? There's going to be a link. I call it the bio, but what do you...
In the description box, yeah.
Yeah, so I'll have an email, but it'll be a landing page, so you can just hit me up. It's going to be January 11th. It's going to start. It's going to be a 6-week challenge. So I'm going to challenge Dave Borlay, the man behind the camera, full-time bodybuilding, to come on this challenge with me. So it's going to be a body transformation. Winners, I'm going to pick a winner to get 6 months free training, 1 hour personal Skype call. But with the challenge, I do weekly Facebook chats with anyone that's participating, answer the questions. So that's really cool, right?
Yeah.
And it's going to allow people to get their new year started correct. Because everyone always says, I'm going to start on the 1st, right?
Yeah.
And they're done by the 5th, most people.
Yeah.
So I'm starting at the 11th, so it's giving people time to prepare. We're going to have discount for the supplements. We're going to spit out the diets for all body types. And, I'm going to work with everybody each week to answer all the questions.
And this is not a contest where you have a cap limit, because I know you were helping people in the past, but you only had like 10 people.
I still only limit. I do very limited training.
Yeah.
I do diets, but it's very limited, and it's not for competition. Like I don't do competition diets.
Right.
Because it's too involved, and most of the people that I get are body transformations that that want to be leaner and. But most people don't know about training, bro. That's what I found is with the Cutler Club, which is, my membership club, like we try to teach people the volume training, right? That's safe. Instead of doing short repetitions, 5 reps or whatever. We focus on 8 to 12 reps.
Yeah.
And really kind of feeling and contracting the muscle, but also working with 12 to 15 sets per body part instead of like 6 or 9 or whatever. And I've been doing that my whole life. I've never really deviated differently with the training, and it's allowed me to stay injury free pretty much.
I've seen some of your some people on Cutler Club, and some people post their transformation. Some did really good, dude. Like, I was impressed. Like, holy crap, some people have already made some big progress.
Yeah, and
it's cool.
It's just getting the right program and, starting the routine and having it's consistency.
But also the community, I think, helps. Just to have people you check in every week, and it keeps you motivated.
We also, we have that group chat. So, the Cutler Club goes on Facebook or whatever, and they communicate.
Yes.
But now, what I'm doing with the Cutler Club is I'm going to have the app. So it's going to be all on an app. So everything, what live feeds, all that stuff is going to be available on the app.
When's that coming out?
Very soon. It's being built out. It should be done here in January.
Wow.
So it won't be necessarily tied to Facebook anymore. It's going to be just on an app you download. You'll be able to take your training programs to the gym with you, and it's much more advanced.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's very time consuming, but
yeah, it's awesome.
You don't really. I may be shooting the exercise, which you may be shooting some of it. You don't know that yet, but I'm reshooting a lot of the movements.
Awesome.
So I think we should talk about the Olympia because it's now over and we have a new champ.
Yep. That's right.
I want to shout out Ben's. Ben has his. So this is pretty cool for you guys that don't know. I got my beanies in too. These will be going to on the site soon, but. Did you see this?
No.
So this is sparkling apple
cider.
No, like apple juice.
Okay.
Pretty much, and it's sparkling. But Ben is doing taste tests in all the liquor stores. He's selling this.
Really?
And it's for kids. So the parents come in, they buy the alcohol, and they get this for their kids. And the cork pops off of it.
Like a real bottle, yeah.
So
nice.
It's called Pop It. So Ben's working on this now. He's doing distribution,
nice.
selling it in all the liquor stores and stuff.
Good for him.
So pretty cool for him.
Yeah, awesome.
And these are all the shirts going out.
Yeah.
I got a couple new styles. I'm launching a couple killets, and I have a new head logo, a white T-shirt. That's pretty cool.
Nice.
So let's wrap, man. Let's
talk about the Olympia.
Yeah, let's talk about the Olympia. So let's get set up to do that.
All right.
Let's set that bad boy up. All right, so huge shout out to all our people that watched our recent vlog. It was kind of, we were trying to decide like what would be the best, what content to put in there. And I think that by highlighting the whole weekend, it seems to have a lot of views, actually.
Yeah, I think the idea was to give you guys the experience of the Olympia that couldn't make it as best we could. So to kind of just travel with us. I mean, we had to wait till we come back, obviously, to put it out because otherwise it would have been part 1, 2, 3, whatever. But I think the way we did it in the longer format was good. I think people really liked it. And based on the comments, you guys really seemed to enjoy it. So I thought it was good.
Yeah, listen, all in all, for the Olympia to move like 6 weeks out and head to Orlando, I'll be honest, like we talked about even, I think a little bit in the vlog, and Orlando was a pretty damn good location for this contest because everything was kind of access related where, we stayed in the hotel, the banquet was downstairs, what they called the expo was very walking distance. And then the shows were right there, the press conference, all that stuff that we attended, pretty much were, right in short walking distance. So whereas Vegas, things have been split up lately, although this year was going to be the test to have it all kind of very similar, even though the expo was going to be in a separate place. I think it worked out really, really well. Now the show itself, I'm gonna start with like the men's open, and we have a new champ, Big Ramy, which I predicted Phil Heath would come back to win it. Phil finished third, and very questionable third to a lot of people because he was in second after prejudging to Ramy. He ended up finishing third, and Hadi Chupin moved up and was finished second in the Saturday night show. But of course, he didn't have enough points to gather to be able to move up too much from his fourth place. and then Bonnick was 5th. Okay, so we saw a lot of new. I was pretty impressed with how Rami looked. To be as big as like that and have flat midsection. Heath wasn't what he used to be. Let's not discredit him. He did look. He looked great. But he just wasn't what he used to be. And I think the expectations sometimes, especially going against someone like Big Rami, he's just too wide. He's too wide. Right.
Well, you said it for the longest time. Rami's the most dangerous guy if he puts it together. Well, he put it together, so,
Yeah, but impressive for Hadi. Of course, he's been under the, issue of the visa. And, Phil coming back after the surgeries, we have to give him a lot of credit. Was happy to see him back up there. Brandon Curry gave a hell of a show. He finished 2nd. And he looked tremendous. He looked better than he did last year, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Still a little light in the legs, I think that hurt him a little bit, but wide enough, and he improved. So I think he deservingly. It was a toss between him and Phil. For 2nd, 3rd, Hadi Chupin. It was so close, and I imagine the points would show that. But Rami clear was the winner for this show, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And if he shows up like that every year, I don't see anyone coming up to really do anything damaging. Bonnick looked good, but I still think Bonnick lacks a little bit of the crazy fullness he had a couple years ago, especially in the legs. I think that's where he kind of fell short, and I think it's just a structure thing. I mean, they were just bigger guys, right?
Yeah.
And then, Akeem Williams slid in the 6th spot. He looked tremendous. His best ever,
Great condition.
Guy that was, I think he finished last in his first Olympia, but he moved up. And then, Ian Valier,
looked great.
Labrado, Hunter looked amazing. We saw Dexter finish. I mean, he finished 9th. It wasn't his best showing, but, amazing for 51. Still doing it. And,
great send-off. It was really emotional.
But a lot of new guys like Antoine looked, he looked good. Reagan Grimes looked amazing. He just needs more size. We saw the guy from Korea who looked tremendous. I thought he could have done better. A lot of good talent in there that, Lucas looked, he looked great. The show actually was really, really good.
Great venue, great stage.
Yeah, the stage was huge. It was like a football field.
Very well attended, tons of people.
Yeah.
I mean, if you looked around in the audience, it was hard to feel like it was.
But the vibe was when Rami won, just so you guys know, the crowd went crazy. I was standing on stage and I got to give the award. So, when they announced him, people were I just saw people jump out of their seats. Everyone's happy for Rami. He's a very likable guy.
Yes.
And, he went back to Egypt and I saw he had an amazing response, man. Just incredible to
hero.
see.
Yeah.
So shout out to Rami. Congratulations. I'm going to talk a little bit about, we watched Breon and Bumstead battle it out, close contest, but, Bumstead improved so much, man. He was really good, and Terrence Ruffin looked really solid. He finished in 2nd, which, after prejudging, it was basically Breon and Bumstead, and then Ruffin really moved up with the posing routine. And,
unbelievable poser.
Yeah, so, I mean, great battle going on there. I'm sure Breon's going to be back. I saw a couple posts, but Bumstead's going to rule that thing for a minute if he keeps improving like this year. But he looked definitely his best I've ever seen him.
Yeah, he's a great guy too. Awesome.
Yeah, I got to actually watch that prejudging. 212, we saw, Kamal lost the title. Sean Khalid really stepped up, and he looked really, really good. Amazing for 100 and whatever, 70-something pounds.
170. How do you feel about, because I feel Brandon was better than he was last year when he won, and I feel Kamal was better than last year. It must be really hard for a champion to actually lose making progress. That's tough. Right?
You know what? I want to just say that, I'm sure these contests, I didn't look at the scorecards, but I'm sure it was close between Kamal and Sean. Yeah. But the cool thing is when it's a legit decision, no one really is going on the internet saying so-and-so got screwed, right?
Right. Could have gone either way.
I mean, listen, we saw Shanique Grant lose the title, which
I was shocked.
Yeah, I was too, because I'm a fan of her, just genetics and how she looks. And maybe she was off from the year prior. I didn't get to watch it. The first time I ever got to watch a lot of these divisions, just like bikini. I mean, we saw Issa. I mean, she finished 6th, I think, and I mean, we saw Janet, who's been 2nd a bunch of times. She won the title, so. It's just, you saw a lot of changing of the guard, but
ton.
it seemed like it was kind of deserving. I mean, Sydney won, of course, the women, the figure, you know, again.
Yeah.
She's now like all-time champ in that division. Latoria didn't finish as well as we expected her to, who's local here. You know, we shot a lot of these girls. I mean, we shot Ashley in the bikini, and Jen Dory finished second in the bikini.
I know, I was happy
Mark's
for her.
girlfriend. And,
yes.
that was amazing. So it was just, you know, it was all around just a great show. I mean, they had women's bodybuilding back on there, and you know, I haven't seen a lot of these girls compete before. And we've had Hella on the channel before, but you know, it's just it was just all in all great production. I was happy to see it. I think a lot of people are very positive, especially after the year we had.
Yes. And
listen, I know a lot of you guys sit home and you have a lot of options now, and you watch podcasts and listen to people speak, and we try to put out, you know, interesting things, but interesting for us too. Like we think of you guys, but you know, we don't want to sometimes you know, just put out content just to put it out. And I think you know, we kind of limit how much we shoot just because it can get overwhelming sometimes with, you know, between the editing and we, you know, we've had a couple really big hitters, and you know, we plan to do this new workout of 2021. We really want to shoot like my first workout. That was one of the biggest videos we ever did. And unfortunately, the Mecca Bodybuilding is closed, but it's supposed to open back up. We just heard today.
So Scoop. We just heard that Gold's Gym Venice should be reopening in about 2 weeks down from now. So I would say mid-January. So we were talking about going back to LA, and if they do reopen as planned over the next 2 weeks, most likely we'll go and make the trip and just do another one training at Gold's Venice, which would be awesome.
Yeah, because you know, I've talked about, you know, the aura of Gold's Venice, and you know, coming from a kid that I went there when I was 19 for the first time, and I watched, you know, the Mecca Bodybuilding as a kid in the magazines. So when I showed up there, you got to remember, I'm still envisioning Gold's Gym, like looking at the pictures on the wall, being like, I want to be on there someday, right? And we literally had to. It wasn't like Gold, you know, when I won the Olympia and like automatically your picture goes up. We had to actually get the picture
from Weeder,
get the thing blown up.
Yeah.
You know, Dave brought it over there and got them to hang it up, and you know, so it's a proud moment, but at the same time, it's not just an automatic thing, right? I mean, I think Phil Heath's the last picture that's up there. Sean is okay. Yeah. So I don't even think Brandon Curry's up there, and Big Ramy, of course, isn't there yet because the gym's been closed. So for us, it holds a special place. I mean, Dave moved from Canada. I mean, his dream was, you know, to train there, and he trained there for years, had several training partners. So when we do videos there, and of course there's a lot of talent in and out of there, it allows us, you know, to feel, there's some certain feeling when we go there. So it's one of those things where I just want to, anyone that hasn't had a chance to go to the Mecca Bodybuilding, and I encourage you guys, especially you guys that live in the USA, it's definitely something you should venture out and do if you come to California, just to see it. And you guys can comment below, like, you know, your stories of like, hey, I went to Gold's Venice. You know what's really good? If some of our viewers, you know, have gone to Gold's, met myself and many other top professionals, it'd be kind of cool to hear the stories and the comments. Like, what stands out in your mind is like some of the moments of Gold's Venice, you know? Because I have so many, like I ran into so many actors and, you know, bodybuilding people, and I mean, Van Damme came up for me first time in the parking lot, and we got to see him. That was part of my first workout of 2020, I think. It was right around that time. And we were in town, we were trying to figure out, like, why was I there for the first workout? It was the LA Fit Expo, it was January 6th.
That's right.
So
you were there for a few days, So we went 2 days in a row.
Yeah.
First, it was first workout of the year, and then we saw Van Damme.
The next day, So those were our two big hitters of
I think
2020, So it started off, you know, the year right, and then unfortunately everything went to shit like after that with the virus and everything. But you know, we're hoping that 2021 brings a lot more positivity, and we're going to keep putting out videos, and we're not shooting as many people now. This is usually the downtime, so hopefully you can get some more content with myself and the man over here, giving you guys what you want to see and trying to answer the questions. And we appreciate all the support. Hopefully you guys are subscribed to the channel, and if you haven't, make sure you guys spread the word. JTV, we're always putting out new content. We look forward to a new competitive season. Unfortunately, a lot of shows are going to get pushed from what I understand this year. But they will happen, and there will be Olympia at the end of the year, and it'll be kind of cool to see who ends up the reigning champs in all these divisions. We'll see if it's another change in the guard. A lot of expectations. A lot of egos get hurt, every year. I mean, I went through it for many, many years. My ego was disrupted every year when I was finishing second. So shout out to all you guys. Let's spread the positivity. Let's hear your comments below, and appreciate you guys following JTV. You want to say anything?
No, I'm excited. We have a lot of surprises coming up in the new years. We can't talk about them all now, but a lot of changes. A lot of people coming to Vegas. I think I'm glad Gold's is reopening, but even without Gold's, we have a lot of people coming into Vegas. We have to find over the next few years who is coming here, and we're gonna have a hotbed of people to shoot here. It's gonna be great. It's great for me because when I used to come here, I would only come here to shoot you, and I would go back home. Whereas now, it's like opening a whole pool of talent for me in Vegas because I have the time to film most of people. So I'm gonna do a lot more traveling too. Joe from Project 80 just moved to Miami, so he's got a big place with 3 bedrooms. So I'm gonna get a lot more people from back east as well in Florida. So yeah.
And you love Vegas.
I love Vegas.
I never thought I'd hear that from him. So we always talked about it. I'm like, you're a California guy for life. I mean, he doesn't have his motorcycle here, so that's the only thing he's kind of missing right now.
I'll get another bike, though.
So he thinks, okay, I'm going to have a motorcycle in Vegas, and I'm going to have one in California, because when he goes back, he wants to beat the traffic.
Yeah, that's right.
It seems like the traffic, even though things are closed in LA,
still there.
There's still a lot of traffic.
Yeah.
So you guys know that live there. A lot of you guys follow us that live in LA, and you're always fighting that traffic. And hopefully you're finding gyms to work out at. That's the main thing. And hopefully, these videos continue to give you guys motivation, because we use you guys as motivation, whether you realize it or not. Like, we'll talk and we'll converse, and he'll be like, hey man, did you see so-and-so's comment? Or, like, did you, with this video, it's doing really well, and they mentioned this, or they like this portion. So we kind of sit around now, and to be honest, like, that's what the whole cool thing about the Olympia video as a vlog is. Like, I'm like, don't talk. We need to record before. So we're just sitting here having a conversation, earlier, and I said, yeah, man, we got to make sure we get a lot of content. So it's kind of cool. You guys appreciate all the support. We want to grow the channel. We want to hit our 500K mark really, really soon. And we're halfway to 1 million subscribers. So keep following, keep focused, keep positive. Comment below, and we'll see you guys very soon, if not before 2021. It's right around the corner, a couple days away.
Yeah, 27, 28.
So I think we'll get a video in before the New Year's. I don't know when we'll launch it prior, but Happy New Year, everyone. Let's kill it in 2021. And for JTV, we're out. So Olympia 2020 is over, and we're starting up the new year. Keep killing it.